Hey guys, welcome back into the Stokastic YouTube channel. My name's Geoff Ulrich. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit of no house advantage specifically for Sunday Night Football. And this Sunday night, we got the Indianapolis Colts visiting the Dallas Cowboys. We got a pretty big spread here, 10.5 points in favor of Dallas. Of course, last time we checked, about a 44-point total attached to this game as well. So expecting a big Dallas win, no shock there. We'll see about the point total and how this game's going to go. We'll get into that. But specifically, we're going to be talking no house advantage in this video. And on no house advantage, there's a couple different ways to play. There's the pick'em contest, which we're mainly going to be focusing in on this video. And it's more of a DFS style thing. We're taking props from no house advantage. We're putting them in a lineup. We're assigning them different values. And then we're putting them in a big contest to play against other people. And for this Sunday night, we do have a 15K guaranteed, 5K to first contest up on no house advantage. So big prizes to play for there. And as I always mentioned in these videos, guys, there is some overlay often on no house advantage. So it is definitely a site worth checking out. If you are new to the site, please use promo code Stokastic because it gets you a $50 match deposit bonus right off the top. It's a great way to try out the site. You get a little extra money on the side. You can use it to build a bankroll. You can just use it to try out whatever you want on the site. It's a couple different ways to play. Like I said, the pick'em contest, which we're going to be focusing on here. There's also the versus the house contest. That's where you're creating your own parlay tickets. Again, the payout's going to come depending on how many props that you stick on your own tickets. So again, versus the house, pick'em contest, lots of different ways to play. We're going to be focusing in on that pick'em contest. And like I said, obviously on Stokastic, you can use promo code Stokastic to sign up there, but there's also free projections for no house advantage up on stokastic.com. Check those out after you're done watching this video, and do me one favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the Stokastic YouTube channel if you haven't done that already. And let's get into the picks. Again, we're talking Sunday Night Football here. We got the Indianapolis Colts. We got the Dallas Cowboys. We got two pretty solid teams, to be honest. I know that the Colts offense has been a dumpster fire at times. Obviously, Matt Ryan is still the quarterback, but defensively, they've been pretty good. Their defensive line is still very elite. Jeff Saturday has had this team playing better over the last couple of weeks, and then a lot of close games as well for the Colts on the docket already this year. So how I'm looking at this game, I think that the defenses here are going to feature a lot. I think that it's going to kind of limit what some of the fantasy output is from a lot of the big players in this game. So good defensive lines, a bit of a surging Colts team. Let's just say they're competent now, unlike they were at points under Frank Reich before Jeff Saturday took over. I think you're going to get kind of a closer game here than people realize. So that's the way I'm looking at this. We're going to start by talking about the Colts. We're going to start by talking about Michael Pittman Jr. Now, this is definitely a player. I just like Michael Pittman Jr. I think he was underrated coming out of the draft. This is a big physical wide receiver one. He can overcome bad matchups. He can get contested balls. He can go to the sideline and get catches. He's been working pretty good with Matt Ryan, even with Matt Ryan's limited arm strength. He's a big target for Ryan to throw to. He's only got a 58.5 receiving yard prop up here. And quite frankly, when Pittman's healthy and he's got Matt Ryan as his quarterback, this is one that you're just going to want to go over on more times than not. I know Dallas has a talented secondary, but you've actually been able to pass on Dallas. The problem isn't necessarily that they have shut down corners. It's that they just have a really good pass rush. And, if Matt Ryan has some time at the end of the game, or we got some 2-minute time going on, I think Pittman probably pushes over there just on that alone. So give me Michael Pittman here, 58.5 receiving yards. I just think it's too low. Like I said, Dallas still gives up some decent receiving numbers and yards to the wide receiver position, and Pittman's just #good. So we'll go over that to start. Now let's talk about Matt Ryan a little bit, though, because it's always a good thing on no house advantage when you have Matt Ryan on the slate to think about going usually under. And unless it's an interception prop, then you go over. The interception prop you can definitely use. You could definitely go over on it, but I'm going to talk about another prop. I think there's just as good an opportunity here with the 1.5 passing touchdowns for Matt Ryan to go under. This is a big ask for him to throw multiple touchdowns against Dallas. Like I said, Dallas does give up yards, but they don't give up big plays. They don't give up a ton in the red zone. Matt Ryan is probably just, even if they do get to the red zone, the Colts, Matt Ryan's just going to get sacked when he drops back because that Dallas elite pass rush, that tends to be when they take over as well. So, Matt Ryan, again, he's looked a little bit competent. He's using his legs a little bit more, probably because he knows he can't throw the ball more than 25 yards downfield anymore. But is that necessarily going to lead to him throwing multiple passing touchdowns against a very good defense? I don't think so. We have Matt Ryan projected as a very solid underplay at 1.5 passing touchdowns, and that's what I think you should do as well. Again, I think that the Colts will get some yards, especially with Pittman, but asking Matt Ryan to throw 2 passing touchdowns, no, we're going to fade that and go under. All right, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys side of the ball here. Now, this is an interesting situation. I do think Dallas probably wins this game, and that's not a hot take at all. But I think it's going to be close, and I think that the Colts defense probably puts up a little bit of a fight here and makes this a bit of a tough day for some of the Dallas studs. I think CeeDee Lamb at 83.5 receiving yards is actually a pretty good underplay in this game. Now, I know Lamb's, team target share has been through the roof. Dallas is doing a good job of scheming him open with play action and stuff too. But again, like we're talking about a defensive line that's very solid. We're talking about a secondary that's limited the big plays to the wide receiver late. And I think that also the other factor is here, like Dallas is pretty much healthy at this point. Dalton Schultz is starting to siphon off targets. You still got Noah Brown, Michael Gallup. It's no guarantee here that CeeDee Lamb gets 10 targets. And, just with the way that Indy's been playing, they're solid outside corners. I think that we see CeeDee Lamb go under this total at 83.5. We actually have him projected for a bit of a slower week on Stokastic. So I'm right in line with the projections here. We're going to stick with this and call for an underplay on CeeDee Lamb. It's 83.5. It's a bigger total than we're seeing across the industry. And I'm not afraid to go under in this spot. Again, I think Indianapolis makes life a little bit tough on the Cowboys, forces Dak maybe to run a little bit more, maybe dump off a little bit more to Tony Pollard, but not necessarily a big day for CeeDee Lamb on the horizon, at least in my opinion, and in the opinion of the projections on Stokastic. So let's stick with the Cowboys, and let's take one more under here. I think Ezekiel Elliot is a fine under target in this game as well. He's got a 57.5 rushing prop that I kind of like going under on. Now, this maybe isn't as strong a play in the projections as the CeeDee Lamb call, but again, like you've got a really good Indianapolis Colts defensive front, and this is not a team that has allowed a ton of rushing yards over the last couple weeks, certainly not last week. So, Ezekiel Elliott coming in, taking more of the early down work last week. I'm not sure if that's necessarily going to stick, though. I mean, again, you get in a closer game. I still think that Tony Pollard, who is a player who's seen really good usage, especially in the middle of the field, is still going to be the preferred option for Dallas. So Zeke coming in, he's going to take some early down carries here, but I would not be shocked if the Colts were very good at stopping Zeke in those situations. I think it's more Pollard that you have to worry about if you're an Indianapolis Colts fan here. Ezekiel Elliott, 57.5. This one's just a little bit too high for me, and I think it'll be a nice contrarian play. I don't think too many people will be looking to take the under on Elliott after what was a pretty solid performance in his last outing, and he took a pretty solid share of the rushes as well. So Ezekiel Elliott projecting as a bit of an under here for us, and for me specifically, I think that's a good one to be a little bit contrarian on. And again, if we're taking a couple unders on Dallas and even on Indy, we're playing for a lower scoring game, and I think that's the style of game that we're going to get here. We're going to get two defenses. We're going to dominate with their defensive lines. The Dallas Cowboys offense, which can be a little bit hit or miss. I think they'll eventually do enough to get it going. Dak Prescott will do enough, but again, Matt Ryan, I trust him to get some yards to Michael Pittman, but that's about it. I don't trust him to put up points. So anyways, we're going to take under on Zeke, 57.5 rushing yards as our final prop. Quick recap, Michael Pittman Jr. over 58.5 receiving yards, Matt Ryan under 1.5 passing touchdowns, CeeDee Lamb under 83.5 receiving yards, and then Zeke Elliott, 57.5 rushing yards. We're going to go under that as well. So playing for a bit of a lower scoring game, defenses to dominate there. Make sure you check out stokastic.com after you're done watching this video. Free projections up on the site for No House Advantage. Use promo code Stokastic if you're signing up and you're new to the site, too new to No House Advantage. That's going to give you a $50 match deposit bonus. Again, promo code Stokastic right there. So again, lots of great videos coming up here on the Stokastic YouTube channel after I'm done talking. All that great stuff over on No House Advantage. A couple different ways to play. Most importantly, guys, have yourselves a great Sunday night football. I'm Geoff Ulrich, and we'll talk to you again soon.